Test, 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 test. Boom, boom, boom. How's that? That's pretty good. Sweet. Okay. See if I get all my bells and whistles going. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I don't know if you can. My hair's not so beautiful, but I don't know if you can see behind me. But it is gorgeous outside today. Um, Okay, sweet. All right, I'm not really that far behind. I'm only 1 minute behind so far. That's pretty good. So, I am making a recording of this. I'm going to try to remember. Things got a. Overall, I'm super happy with the workflow of my new behind the scenes stream renovation. Things seem to be working out. I have gone back and watched just the live version of the classes, not the HD version, and I'm happy with the way they look, even just in replay. But I still want to put the HD versions up just because the sound is better. And yeah, welcome Rita, and Shelly, and Carla, and Sandrine, Hooping Daily, Shayna. I know Jackie was here earlier, or is here. Sweet. Um, and Yeah, and Rita, I always appreciate your comments. Oh, oh, yeah. Okay, thanks for saying that, Carla. You're so awesome about donations. Yeah. I know a lot of you like to donate. After every once in a while is kind of like a one contribution. Hey, Lauren. And some of you like to pay or donate every class. In whatever financial situation you're in, like I've always said, it's the donations of others are keeping this free for others. And if you're in a position where you can't really financially donate, there's loads of ways you can help and contribute. Oh, crutches, Jackie. Huh. Um, anyway, um, sharing, liking, commenting, all those things, they really help. Okay, so not much really to say on my part. If you have any requests for today, that would be perfect. I'm alone in the Flow Kitchen. Anne gets back today, and I think that she'll be back for a few classes going forward, but I don't know exactly. For me, I don't see any cancellations coming up, any planned cancellations of class, so I think we're. Oh, wow, the fourth wall just broke a little bit there. Um, okay, so I'm curious if you have any requests for like what type of class you would like to have. I behind the scenes have had one of those cleaning weekends or yesterday, I was off and spent the day just kind of getting to various projects finally, not even big ones, but just little things. And so I've kind of got that sort of kick-ass energy going right now. The I'm going to do something about my life energy. And, ooh, isolations. All right. I'll give you my usual isolation talk. Um, as some of you know, when I got back into my practice, I mentioned it on the stream that I went just nuts on isolations, and it was like the biggest time warp ever because I hadn't really done that many isolations, like just staying focused on them in my practice since like 2005. A plant vendor. Uh oh. Yeah, all right, I'll tell you, my plant addiction story is that one of my favorite things to do is to go to a big box hardware store and just look around for ideas. I usually go to Lowe's, and like in the spring, in the warmer, I mean it's pretty much always warm here, but in the warmer month, I like to go to the clearance aisle of the garden section. And I love the idea of saving these little dying things that they're giving away now for $5. And they've worked. I think I think I think maybe there's only been one thing I've never been able to bring back. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I think I've been able to bring everything back. I'll show you some pictures sometimes of the different trees I saved from the clearance rack. Okay, Hubel'ing. Oh, that's an awesome idea. I love Hubel'ing. Actually, we may given. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So this is pretty good. We're starting on time. I think I might. I have some ideas for. Yeah, I have some ideas for how we might. We might just play a mix and get kind of like one of those sort of like super geek tech classes, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh. Sweet. All right. So we got isolations. We got Hubel'ing. We're gonna go ahead and start our sway. Oh no. Okay. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Louisa. Sweet. That's not good. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Sometimes it just feels good to take a big breath in. Okay. Sorry about that. For some reason, the music little info thing is goofy. Okay, so I have a mix I want to play. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll play it while we talk about Hubel'ing. Bear with me. I will find this. Okay, sweet. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Hubel'ing, and I love that suggestion. And Hubel'ing, I think Hubel'ing and Isolations go together just grand. Okay, so what is Hubel'ing? Hubel'ing is, wow. That's better, okay. Hubel'ing is, oh no. Anyway, I got it. Alright, Hubel'ing is when I hold, it's based on something that I saw Dustin Hubel doing. I don't think even he would say he created the idea that you would ever lean the hoop on you. But what he did do is he explored how the hoop leaning against you creates kind of like a new type of contact point with the hoop. And Hubel'ing is, I'm defining it in honor of his explorations, is leaning the hoop up against you and then allowing that lean to create just enough like weight and gravity that then you can hoop with it. So this is Hubel'ing. I love this track. This song is kind of perfect for Hubel'ing. Now, I am just, not using my hands very much unless I feel like the hoop's about to roll off or something. But of course you can bring in your hands. You don't have to follow my lead. You can bring in your hands. And you can get these kind of cool, like sort of knock, like Hubel reverses, if that makes any sense. But I usually like to start off with just like minimal contact. If your hoop is really small, Hubel'ing might not be as fun. Maybe it's more fun, I don't know. Yeah, that's actually a pretty fun little rescue move for Hubel'ing. It's the old school, just roll the hoop back to you, put your foot on the hoop and you roll it back in. But well, that's kind of cool. You can almost do like that sort of Michael Jackson kind of like. I kind of like that. Wow, happy accident just happened for me. Oh, that's go shoes. That's awesome. Oh, I like that. Hubel. Michael Jackson lean. Hubel. Lean. Come back. Nice.
Stop with it.
Okay, so Lauren says the bigger hoop does make a difference for her. There is a way to do, we've talked about this before with Hubels, but, you know, and this is like the nerdiest, geekiest way to hoop probably, but there are kind of like, you can almost think of them like paddles, but I can bring my foot up and just tap the hoop if I want to put some roll on it. So I love Hubel'ing. I could sort of stay there, and I'm kind of feeling like, well, I think we can work into isolations pretty easy from here. Is as far as bringing the hoop up in a transition, I guess, up to the core from Hubel'ing, like this is just a super basic one. But there's, you know, this is me doing those knocks I was talking about. I'll show you, let's see. So this is me doing the knocks. And if I want to bring this up in a quick sort of flippy fashion, like a nice quick point fold, I can just push my hands in and then turn them out like that. So they're coming in and turn out, and then so this is me in the Hubel. Just hands go in, flip out, and they can bring the hoop up super fast. We will get to isolations, I promise. But these are kind of like gooey folds, and gooey meaning kind of smeary. And that's coming straight out of this. Boom. I know we've talked about this a lot. I love the pickup from a Hubel. And I'm pretty much like I'm almost doing it with my wrist, if that helps you find me. Some cool LED moves. Yeah, sure. I mean, for one thing, these quick folds look really cool with LED. They kind of almost look cooler with an LED hoop than they do with. I think one thing I keep in mind about LEDs is that sometimes your hardest move, your best move, or whatever, the one you feel the most proud of, it doesn't always translate visually, right? And sometimes with LEDs, it's like something like this with an LED hoop. If you think like shutter speed that people see kind of with a shutter speed, like if my LED hoop is lit up right now, then they're just seeing this like cool sort of, tube of light going around me. Even these moves right here that are super simple. Nice, Rita. Sweet. So I'm going into my Hubels. I'm going to do my little lean thing, come back, then pick up. Boom. And then I love returning to a Hubel. Boom. I love 2-point folding. I told you guys on Tuesday, I guess, that if I was to do a notes for my practice class, you'd be bored because it's just all this right now. It was isolations forever. Lately, it's just been 2-point. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna lay off the mic. I'm gonna let you listen for a minute or two, get some practice in, and then we'll add another bit. If I just made the music sound worse, please let me know. Some more ideas. If I go down, I use that move, I bring the hoop up. Then I can also, we used to do something called engagement in Hoop Path, where we would like engage other hoopers, and you'd kind of like, it's almost like this sort of martial art sort of, Jackie did them up with me a few times, but anyway, basically the idea was like you would like engage, like you were sort of like martial art, sparring with another hooper, and one of the engagement moves was to do that pickup like we were doing here, and then when I bring it around, if I fly my hands out again, that puts like a brake on the hoop, and it keeps the hoop from swinging all the way around. And what we used to do is you could clap with another hooper, so I would like a hooper's like literally mirroring me, and then I come around, I click their hoop there, I click their hoop there. They're doing the same thing as me. We're just, and it was hard to get in rhythm with somebody, but it was cool once you did. I can do the same thing, going this way. Okay. All right, Louisa. I think I speak for everybody. We love it when you chime in on your way to work. Okay, so I'm going to add a few things. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys a chance to breathe and not just jumping from one thing to another with my crazy ass hair. But so you can, I guess, ignore and just keep doing what you're doing. But
What's it called?
so I want to just, this really isn't me selling myself short or anything like that. I'm not being self-deprecating or whatever. I like isolations. I got really into them this last time, but for me, how perfect they are has never been that important to me, and there is absolutely like nothing wrong if it's super important to you. It just hasn't been that way for me. And so what I mean, like my buddy Rich Porter, he would just he would film himself. He would take long, slow exposure of photographs and see how accurate his circle was. And because he was, so focused on that and put so much flight time in it, he had these really clean isolations. For me, that's all well and good, but my natural flow just didn't bring me into too many moments where I was just completely stopping and trying to be perfect. And so for me, when I'm talking about isolations, it doesn't necessarily mean that, when people talk about them being clean, what they mean by a clean isolation is just when it looks, nice and silky and smooth and that sort of a thing. In the flow world, it's a little bit different than hoop path language, but in the flow world, this would be called a point isolation because the object, the prop, is spinning around this one point. It's not the way, I'm not using hoop path terms right now. You can do point isolations. They would look kind of like, you have to get your hand going really fast, but you can do them, but the type of isolation that this is a point isolation. And then these sort of this kind of move here where you're my understanding is this is called a linear isolation, because you're imagining that the hoop is, moving, the center of the hoop, or some point on the hoop is moving in a line back and forth. I think I'm right about that. For me, the funnest thing about isolations was when I discovered rolling the hoop onto my backhand during a move. To me, that was the biggest thing to me about isolations, because just that feeling, I just had never thought about it, and that feeling felt good to me, but it also enabled me just to do a lot of other cool things and to really think about the back of my hand, as an equal type surface to the palm of my hand. I love just the whole OCD, or not OCD, but well, maybe OCD, but I just kind of like the repetition. Probably more like ADHD. Yeah, I have a 38. And I'm getting back into shape now that I have my elliptical and my daily hoop practice going again. But my arm, I feel isolations, and I like it. I feel... And then samurai, this is one of my favorite type of isolation-y things to do, is to, you're making this break back and forth, and then just at one corner, just change, just move it over a bit. See if I can show you what it looks like. Thanks, Shelley. It's more, again, it's probably a move that feels better than it looks, but if you like the idea of hand walking, it's kind of... It's not exactly going to get applause, but hand walking in isolation is pretty cool. It's just a cool feeling. The thing I like about isolations is that they can really just sort of I'm right now, I'm feeling just reaching way behind me and grabbing this hoop back here. And honestly, I don't know if I wasn't, isolating a circle right now, I don't know if I would come up with this motion. It almost feels like I'm drawing an arrow and then shooting it or something. And I can reverse this current. And then I kind of sometimes to let it carry me across. Then go back into the hand walk. Boom. Isolations look cool with an LED hoop for sure. The best advice I can give anyone that wants to LED perform is to remember that like because of the way the human eye works, people are seeing your LED hoop. So it's different than regular hooping because it's really all about what your hoop looks like, not even what you with your hoop look like, unless you've got, LED clothes on too. Their eyes are going to see this circle. So isolations look kind of cool because they're just going to see this like lit circle moving around. Twirls are cool. If you're super nerdy, you can try to isolate, do a hand walk. And, well, we call this sun or day side, but whatever. I don't know what it's called in Toy World. Bring them over. That's a fun one. No, I'll be honest, I'm cheating a little bit. I have a giant monitor in front of me, so it is kind of like doing it in a mirror, so it's a lot easier to do. That's kind of cool. I can tell I've spent too much time by myself lately. I feel like I'm shuffling like a dealer. Kind of swingy isolations are fun. The downside to using a mix is I don't know when to break from an activity and move on because the mix just keeps it flowing, which is actually what I love about hooping and mixes. I go through my hoop practice a lot faster when I'm listening to a mix, and they're pretty easy to find on SoundCloud. A lot of times you just search mix. Exactly sure where we could go here. We have time for another exercise or two. Oh yeah, I know what we could do. I think we could do a little bit of open samurai, and this is sort of related, and we've done this technique before, but it's this type of grip on the hoop. Open samurai is just gripping. Open samurai is when, my fingers can be between, like the hoop is moving through my fingers or whatever. And doing isolations in open samurai, and our hands and the weight of the hoop and the size, they're all different, but doing the hoop in open samurai, I just love the feeling of it. And you can kind of like add some snap to your isolations because your fingers can push on either side. And so Yeah, bounce, totally. Actually, maybe we'll go into some bounce. But what I also like about Open Samurai, going back to some of our Hubel'ing and stuff, is just how you can bring up it. You know, it's just one more way to bring the hoop up into twirls. And you know, maybe it's not the grip I showed you, but there's some variation you might find will just kind of tighten or just change the feel of your isolations. It may not make them better, but just different. Different is good. Basically, you can this 360 isolation, or this point going all the way around. If I allow my fingers just to twirl the hoop, it's just a different type of feeling. Boom, just moving, letting the finger, like the hoop, sort of move. Hey, Jennifer. Y'all, I gotta get some water. Jennifer, we, from Rita's awesome suggestion, have been doing Hubel'ing and Isolations today. This has been kind of a techie, flowy type class. We just started, we just opened to the idea of doing Open Samurai type isolations. Isolations, definitely, it's a little bit more fun to do them in a mirror or something. Or maybe not more fun, but like to see what you're doing at first. I think I've shown you guys this one before. This is sort of geeky for the end of class, but you can get a really kind of interesting core workout by doing this isolation over and over again. So the hoop is here. I'm going to bring it up at some point. I'm going to let my pinky to pinky come together and then snap the hoop. And of course I can make any variation of this that I want. But what's interesting about this move is that if I engage my abs and even my night side planes, like down here and here, if I engage that through the move and then try to do it as fast as I can, it can turn into a kind of a unexpected ab workout. bring in, like, the cool thing about Isolations, and this is what got me, I think, because I was getting back into my practice and I just wanted to, and I was feeling, which kind of means feeling your body again. I liked how something simple could keep growing, right? Like just adding bounce to it.
Right? Magic, keep crafting, travel farthest, of stardust. Moon waxing, true passion, travel farthest, of stardust. Deep magic, keep crafting, travel farthest, of stardust. Moon waxing, true passion, travel farthest, of stardust. Mental cleansing, trauma mending, through different sides slip, no mindless violence.
While we're geeking out here, this is totally being nerds. This is super obvious probably to everybody, but just in case it's not, you can create, like, using your grip to bring the hoop towards you or away from you. That could be a fun thing to add to your isolation. So like, I'm isolating here, fold out, isolate, fold it, isolate. It's just something, if you haven't added it in yet, probably have. That's probably super elementary, but if you haven't,
honing in on the moments, unique titan. Through time, twist fighting. African talking
just like do the isolation, then fold that baby, and then boom, fold.
Deep magic, keep crafting, farthest of stardust. Moon waxing, true passion, travel farthest of stardust. Yeah, Ron Solo, no photos, gang sweet as Soko, Billy Bolo. One spliff a day, burn the weed in the bay, standing ovation, see something, stay hustling. I don't relish the royal regalia, plum paraphernalia, keep me aerial, finesse and flourish. Takes courage, magical manipulation, latest tricks, a crazy slick, gravy dick, take a swig, don't babysit, slow victories, it took centuries, lane curving, gotta keep working, can't worry, just get up early, serving my purpose, throwing seeds in the dirt ditch, you can send a message, but I'm better in person, face to face pathways through the gray mist, way lit, aiming for mastery of the basics, elevation. Deep magic, keep crafting, travel farthest, of stardust. Moon waxing, true passions, travel farthest, of stardust. Keep crafting, deep magic, travel farthest, of stardust. Moon waxing, true passion, travel farthest, of stardust. Travel farthest, of stardust. Straight like that. It's that El Chico step shit. You already know what it is.
Okay. All right. we're about at the end. We started on time, so I feel pretty comfortable. I'm loving this mix right now. I will post a link right now, but I'm just going to keep it on. It's got more than enough time to finish this out here. Thank you guys. I will definitely be back on Tuesday. We're going to do a class on Kaya the Warrior. So we're going to do a myth class on Tuesday night. It's going to be Kaya, and barring something unforeseen, that is going to be a definite go at 7 o'clock. As always, thank you guys for the support, and we'll just free hoop from here. Sorry, give me 1 second. I know it sucks. Damn. Alright, let's see. Is this where we were? You're welcome, Rita. Thank you for joining. I love it when you can make it live. Thank you, Sandrine. Appreciate it. Lauren, Jackie, Shayna, Carla. Thank you, Rita, for the suggestion. Guys, I love it when you make suggestions. It's awesome. Okay, thanks everybody.